as good as it gets in National League Speedway.
Through the power of the internet, we are joined by Martin Widman, the co-promoter of the Wightlink Warriors from his base up there in Loughborough. Martin, very sad times at the moment around the world. It has an impact on everyone's lives. Very frustrating for us all, but it's got to be frustrating for you guys as well.
It is frustrating, and thankfully we've got technology to keep in touch with each other, and so it's really good that we can do that and talk about the future.
Now, you mentioned technology, but it was through the internet that we found out that you haven't been well yourself. A bit of time spent in the hospital. So how are you feeling, first of all? And are you fighting fit and ready to get back to things when the season starts?
Nothing to do with the virus. It was a mild heart attack. Well, I claim it to be a mild heart attack. And I was in hospital for about 5 days and ended up with an angiogram to check that what the state of my arteries was. That was quite heartening to listen to it, because it was better than I thought it would be. From start to finish, the whole process was really painless, really. I was well looked after, from going to our local walk-in centre, the ambulance trip, which was the first time ever, to Leicester, and ended up at Glenfield Hospital, which is a specialist heart hospital in Leicester. Tremendous hospital. Can't praise them enough. And of course, at this time, the virus thing was starting to kick in, so it was making life difficult for them and the patients as well, and also visitors for patients. So all in all, I'm back out. I'm on more tablets, but I'm still here, and I feel pretty good.
Yeah, this situation at the moment is certainly going against everybody. If we head back a bit, of course, we had our own Barry Bishop that come back from Singapore. He had to be isolated at home. He comes out of isolation. You get ill, you're in hospital. You come out, everybody else is in isolation. So, yeah, it's a bit of a worrying time at the moment for everybody concerned.
Yes, it was quite strange, really, because I was watching the news on the television in hospital, and then I came out, and my son was driving me home, and I thought, where's all the traffic? Where is everybody? And it was quite surreal, because things had been fairly normal in hospital, and then you come out to, empty roads and think, this is different to when I went in. So, yeah, it's a bit of a wake-up call, and but really can't fault the medical service at all.
Now, coming back to Speedway, we're on hold. We don't know how long for. Can you give us an insight from a promoter's point of view? What's going through your minds as far as the government guidelines of what we do? You're speaking with the BSBA, liaising with the riders and so on. It must be very, very busy for you behind the scenes.
Well, I think the worst thing, Andy, is that you can't plan for anything. Hopefully we will be back running this summer, but we don't know when. So we just have to keep working away, preparing for that eventuality, and seeing where it leads us. Obviously, we're monitoring what the government are saying and the experts are saying, and trying to gain a picture of when it's likely to happen. But right now, the important thing is for everybody to stay safe, and keep clear of this virus. And Speedway, just motorsport, everything just has to take a back step at the moment to make sure that everybody stays safe and is ready for the start of the season.
Recently, we saw Barry Bishop post up a video in support of the FIM campaign, #RidersAtHome. This was basically to say, come on guys, keep your bikes at home, lock them up, stay in, whether you're an amateur or a professional rider, promoter, anyone involved within motorcycling at all within the world. We've got to try and help these emergency services out and try and limit the amount of call-outs that they're having at the moment. So it's a very important message, this one, to get behind.
Yes, I think so. It's probably not fully applicable to Speedway, because obviously you need a Speedway track to ride on, and no Speedway promoter in this country is going to open his gates. But I think it's aimed more at, people that can access a motocross track, or trials or something like that. From what I'm seeing is everybody is taking heed of the warnings. It must be so frustrating for the riders. They've spent all winter getting the bikes ready, the kit ready, and they're all ready to go, but can't go. And I can't imagine what's going through their minds right now.
Yes, a very difficult time at the moment. Martin, I want to come back to the team and ask you a little bit about our number 7. Now, just before the season was about to start, we had the shocking news that our number 7 that we'd signed, Macaulay Leak, had decided to quit the sport before he'd even been able to get out even in practice. So as we stand at the moment, we are still with a 1 to 6, not a 1 to 7. Is that a concern for you? Are you working hard in the background? Have you got names sort of rattling around that you're looking at including in the Warriors? Where do we stand as far as the Warriors 1 to 7 are concerned?
Very disappointing that he decided he couldn't make it this year. Had high hopes for him, really, that with the Warriors team that we had, the support that we can offer him, I thought that he'd be able to move on a bit this year, but not to be. We're looking at various options, and I think ideally we'd like to look at a number of them, but whether we're going to have the time to do that before the season kicks in or not, I don't know.
So although we've only got the 1 to 6 sorted at the moment, you are hopeful that we'll sort out that number 7 spot shortly?
Yeah, we've just got the 6 and looking at what we do with the number 7.
So Martin, here's the big question. We're all in self-isolation. You sit yourself down of an evening with a drink, put the TV on. What does the Wightlink Warriors co-promoter sit and watch of an evening in isolation?
Well, isn't it great to be able to look back to when we started? How times have changed, but it brings back lots of memories. And thanks to yourself, Andy, for putting those onto YouTube for everybody to see. As I say, brings back some real memories, and in actual fact it's not that long ago, but it seems ages, and we've travelled a long way between us all.
Well, we've heard from Chris as he did a promo for one of those meetings that he's enjoying watching them, and really I guess the hope is that it's now that they're out there, people can enjoy them. Those that were there, they can relive that time when they were there on the night, and those that have never been to the island can see what it's all about and take it all in as well.
Yep, indeed.
So although there isn't any Speedway going on in the UK at the moment, I think a lot of promotions are finding that there's a lot of admin work still to do, so you're still keeping busy behind the scenes.
There is. Obviously, the finance side of things still goes on. I'm trying to get the end of year accounts done before the season starts, because last year I left it a bit late and it got really hectic. Things like communication with the BSPA and the insurers, that never stops. But it's obviously right now it's at a lower level than it would be. I would be in the middle of booking ferries for the first meeting, which should have been held next week, but it's not to be. We look forward to that one when it happens. And it's a bit ironic that we've had good weather, very little rain in the lead up to the season, unlike in previous seasons. So, but it is what it is, and we just have to make the best of it. Keep preparing for the day that they say, right, you can go.
That's right, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to the day that Speedway returns. Martin, thanks ever so much for your time tonight. You stay safe, and we will speak to you soon.